welcome to Raivision Films, Raivision Dialogue. And today I've got a very well-known and accomplished musician and music creator from Fiji. Let me welcome him first. Welcome, Ajen, to Raivision Dialogues.
Hello.
Yes. So, welcome. Let me first give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. I know a bit about yourself, but this is a chance for you to tell the audience who you are and your creative journey, where we were born. So please go ahead.
Bulla, Ram Ram and Namaste everyone. I'm Ajen Kumar. I've been a musician for the last 34 years in the mainstream, with playing with a lot of famous bands in Fiji. And I've been playing keyboards. That's my main instrument that I've been playing, and I've been also doing some music programming into recording and commercials and jingles and recording songs, you know.
You presently live in Suva. You've been living in Suva for a long time, but where originally from? Where were you born, Ajen?
I'm born in Lotoka. I was born in Lotoka, Razak Road, Golf Links.
I remember Razak Road pretty well, because our school, Tilak High School, is not far from there. And in my early days, I used to walk from Tilak High School all the way to Natambua, where I lived, just to save few cents so that I can use those cents to watch movies in the weekend. So Razak Road is also also famous. I think around there, our legendary Michael Chinapa also lived. So you are in good creative company. Which are the bands you have lended your talent to over the last 2-3 decades?
I've started with a band called the Jugnus Orchestra.
Yeah.
And then I have switched to other bands called the Gypsies Orchestra. Then while I was in West, I was also schooling the time. So I'm a Tilak High School student.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, ex-student. So that was our area, the golf course, and you know. So I used to travel to Suva to perform with other bands, some famous bands like His Master's Orchestra, and there were many other bands. Later in Suva, I joined a jazz group named Deja Vu Fiji, with jazz and blues concerts, and I did some freelancing offshore.
Okay, so you have got a huge. Which year you started to play? And that's one question. And the second question is, how did you learn playing keyboard and playing it so well?
I started in 1987. There was a band, True Vibes. So the band had many followers. And with my family background is my parents are religious based. So we had Ramayana, Bhajan, and Kirtan, and all Ram Navami function at our places, you know. So that time I was a kid. So my father used to play dholak and harmonium, and my mother used to sing all these kirtans. And then I have 2 brothers, Jiten, who is in USA, and another brother, Shalen, who is still in Razak Road. He resides there. So we used to join with all percussion instruments and play a little bit of dholak and a little bit of harmonium. So basically my guru was my father and my parents, my mother. and then the talent passed it to my brothers, and then I learned from my brothers the harmonium, all those things.
So
Then later I joined the band.
basically, you're from a musical family, and music runs through your blood, through your genes.
Yeah.
Only yesterday I got to know that your mom also sings swords and other Gurmit folk songs. So would be arranging a session with her, hopefully, and with you later on, so we can learn more about her and her talents. And now let's come to something which is very dear to my heart, which is creating original music. And let me give you a brief history about my involvement and then how we collaborated later on at FNU to create music, original music. My journey started way back in 1994 when I decided to write original music for my play Silent Cries. And I collaborated with a young, talented singer called Molly Chaudhary and a tabla player called Joshi, a very, very talented tabla player and a singer. And together we sat and we created two songs, Alvida and Forever, for the play. And it was played during the play itself, which toured London theaters, 5 of them, in early 95. And then when I made my first feature film, which was, I persuaded Raju Sarup here in Sydney to create original songs to the lyrics which I had written. And we created 4 songs for Vishwas. Do you remember that collaboration for my film Ekpal?
Yes, I've seen that online, I think. That was a long time ago.
Yes, yes. And that experience was quite interesting, because the first time I collaborated on creating original music long distance. So we had some difficulties in that collaboration. Yeah, but that was done, Bewafa, and that is part of my film Ekpal. But then in 2011, when I was at the FNU's Film and TV department, you would recall that that period. First of all, so we're talking about when you got invited to be a visiting fellow at the Film and TV department of FNU in Ravai. First of all, how do you feel on that invitation to join illustrate a group of people, including Dayanand and Albert Prasad?
That was a very exciting experience. In fact, it was an experiment when I joined. I was a bit nervous in the start, but I had that opportunity to join these musicians. And there was another lady from India, Kavita Sudarshan.
Yes. And then later Saral Das joined us as well.
Yes, yeah.
And the background to that episode is that I was there not just as a lecturer, but also to coordinate a film and music festival for FNU. And the Vice Chancellor had categorically said that we have to have original songs in the music festival. And we searched far and wide in Fiji, and we could not come up with original compositions in Fiji, except one person, you remember, Munaf,
Yes.
who participated, who sang in the music festival. But we had to come up within a month with several original compositions. Unfortunately, I had about 7 or 8 original lyrics written. And this is when Dan and Albert were there. But for some reason, we could not make original music. This is where you came in. And hopefully my internet will not disappear again. So I'm still, it's nearly 10 years ago this happened. I'm not clear about which songs you gave music to. And yeah, so I was asking which were the songs which you gave music to, and that also stimulated Dan Albert to come in and provide music. And I'm not sure whether Saral, I know he sang one song. I don't know whether he. So can you clarify this for me and for the audience?
I did Tere Pyar Mein, and there was one song, Bholi Bhali Naina Wali, that song.
Okay, let's talk with the Tere Pyar Mein. You know how it's very, very beautiful created music. And I think the song was sung solo by Kavita Sudarshan, and then also a duet with Kishore Chetty, I believe.
Duet with Kishore Chetty. Actually, what I did was I recorded a solo with Kavita, and then later recorded a solo with Kishore Chetty and Dayanan. So we had 3 songs altogether, same song, but with 3 versions. And then I edited the male and female parts to create that into a duet.
Okay, okay.
So like in studio, the male and female singers, they didn't come together to voice. They did the separate lines.
And that was with the help of Yunus, or was it done in your studio?
Overall project was looked under you.
Yeah, I've lost your voice.
Basically, all the multi-track recording I did, and I finalized, and then gave it back to Yunus to have it on the biggest speakers for mastering.
Okay, so let's, because original song creation is not a done thing in Fiji, I believe, or was not done thing at that time. Even in the Fijian diaspora, hardly anybody creates the original songs. So how did you tackle it? The creating, when you're given lyrics by me, how did you gather your thoughts and the music?
That is something difficult to do because when I received the lyrics, for me it was like a poetry. So to get the rhymes right and sort out, for song it has to be rhymes, and like a lyrics is different from a poetry. So we couldn't actually figure that out in first, but then later I created tune on those lyrics. So there was a lot of work involved. So like we had to check the background of song on which character is based on, and the script, and then which mode or probably which beat would match that particular song and the style of it, you know. So a lot of work. Then how to get everything together into a song, how to compile it, you know? So
Yes,
it was something a bit challenging too.
Yeah, and now I create together with my colleague Shafkat. We create that music, and I'm not the creative person. I mean, as far as song music is concerned, I'm the technical person, putting the music together. But is Shafkat who knows the sur and tal, and he selects which music will go where. So I've got a better understanding of how music is created now. But at that time, you probably didn't have any experience in creating original music. But you came up, did you have any experience in creating original music before then, apart from the work you did for our song, Bewafa?
Actually, no, because we've been playing all cover songs in the bands, you know. We've been performing stage shows and weddings and everything, but it's all cover tune based. So this was actually something, as I said, very challenging, and it was very difficult to get things in line, to get finally to record a song, you know. So it was the first time, yeah.
So when you finally recorded a song and you had the song, and for me, getting my what you call poetry, the lyrics, converted into a song is whichever quality of the song it is. For me, it's just simply brilliant, because it's a very difficult thing to do. But when you heard your first creative piece, the song, how did you feel?
I felt honored, actually. I felt happy. I felt honored that that's something I believe every musician has a dream to have the original piece, you know. And we in a country like Fiji, compared to the world, if you compare to Bollywood and other music industry out of Fiji, you know. And every musician wants to have a signature of original piece or original music or original song, you know? So that's something we did.
I totally agree with you, Ajen, and also you went ahead and your creation then prompted another very talented musician from Fiji, Albert, to come up with a couple of his own creation. And the whole thing, you know, we were together for about 2-3 months. I don't know how long. I don't remember now, but, you know, working with you, with Albert, with our dear departed friend, Dayanand, Kishore Chatti, Kavita Sudarshan, Saral Das, Daniel Singh, and Eunice was an experience which I will cherish for the rest of my life. What about you? What do you think of that beautiful period at FNU?
Yes, of course, I agree. That was the great moments of life into walking into a music studio full time to create music.
Unfortunately, that had to come to an end. Something which I'm writing about in my book, Romancing with the Cinema. But I understand you still continue to collaborate with Albert and there until he passed away a couple of years ago. Did you have opportunity to work? Do you still work with Albert or?
Well, but we did work, but not on original composition, but back to cover music.
So what is the situation now in Fiji? Have you or anybody else made any original songs since 2011, or what is state now?
I know one guy, Simadri Narayan from Rikiriki. He's done some original. I've actually done uh, sequence the music for him for one song, but he has already done a couple of original composition songs. But I don't have much idea for. I haven't heard actually a lot of people doing this. So we have everyone following this Bollywood line, the cover tune line.
Cover tune, and not Bollywood, because every day, so many original songs are made in Bollywood and rest of India. You and I know that Fiji has got a number of very talented singers and musicians. The Fijian diaspora as well. In Sydney, in Brisbane, we have musicians and singers. Why do you think that we are not able to create or we are not interested in creating original songs?
Maybe people haven't thought about it. Or the other way I can say, like in Fiji, we have to have an industry like we had our opportunity with Fiji National University. So this was had to or should have been carried on, given a chance to the younger generation to get their music in place, to study and at the same time do recording, original composition, or film based or album based.
Yes, I think FNU's Film and TV department, after I left, should have retained you and retained Albert and I think Saral was there for a while, but and Daniel had left, so the core team had left, and FNU did not manage to keep the team, and it's so many years later. I think Film and TV department still continues to exist. And I appeal to the Film and TV department at FNU, and especially the music department. Is the music department still there at FNU, Ajen?
Yes, music department is still there, but the studio is not there. So the Rai campus has been closed, but they have music classes into Nasino campus. But there's no studio work done now. I don't think so.
Well, I think you'll agree that there should be a studio. It's not very difficult to construct a music recording studio. You've been, running a studio for a long time, and you've got skills. And there are other people in Fiji who've got the skills to create a recording studio, and the talents are there. I think we should appeal to FNU and also USP, University of Fiji, and hopefully also to the Fiji government, because we have got television channels, radio channels, blasting out Bollywood songs on a daily basis, and we should give opportunity to the local talents. We experimented and we succeeded in 2011-12 in doing so, and we can do it certainly with talents like you and Albert and others. What are your thoughts?
I agree with that. If the country wants to progress with the music, original music future, the people, it depends on the people. We are fortunate we have some radio stations here, like Radio Sargam. They have our break in the afternoon from 5 to 6, where they play all, they feature all local artists. So they have the bands, and a lot of music's been played there for the people to know. So there's a support from from that radio to promote local artists. So those sort of things
Yeah, but still they are not creating and playing original.
Yeah, exactly. I remember our time, like as you mentioned, Daniel. So like Daniel was someone we sat down with him with the scripts, and then we discussed, and we discussed not in studio but out of studio, in the canteen, at the wherever we could gather to discuss how to compose, how to create. So it was like a teamwork idea of 6-7 people working together.
Yeah, and I do thank the Vice Chancellor then of FNU for really putting his foot down and said that only original songs created in Fiji would be played at the music festival. And with your help and the team's help, we managed to play original songs daily basis. It went on for 1 week. And every day, I mean, we are so fortunate that the original Turkeys have got a number of, a huge number of original songs, and they were played there, and we held the flag flying for the Indo-Fijian by creating about 5 or 6 songs, and together with Munav, we had Danand, we had Kavita, we had Saral, we had Kishore Chetty singing, participating in that music festival. So I thank the Vice Chancellor, Ganesh Chand, Dr. Ganesh Chand, and also I thank Dr. Mahen Reddy for specifically supporting my application to get you into the film and TV department. So before I finish, Ajen, I would suggest, apart from having another session with you and your mom on the Gilmit folk songs, if you can get together 2 or 3 more musicians or singers in Fiji who would like to start creating original songs, we can talk about it, and we try to make it happen. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I can work on something. I can get you interviews with. Probably I'll check.
Ajen, we have
folk songs and.
Yeah, sorry. I think we have got the similar problem over there, internet problems. So you froze there. So I hear that you will try to get some of the musicians or singers together and create a forum in Fiji to create original songs. There are people in Fiji I know who write lyrics or the poetry, as you say that, because that's what I write. As a saying that, if you can put together a group of musicians and singers, I know I can learn some of my lyrics to start off creating. We probably need a place, a recording place. And then I know there are people in Fiji who write poems or lyrics which can be converted into songs. So I'm relying on you. You are now a senior person in Fiji. With a huge amount of talent and experience. So if you promise to take on the responsibility, I'll provide all the support I can from here.
Sure, I'll look into this.
Okay, your last thoughts before we end this short but informative session, Ajen.
Thank you for inviting me for this discussion. And we've done this project in 2011, 2012, so it's been 19 years now. So I've forgotten a lot of things too. Our time we did these recordings in normal PC computers and software. So I did a lot of research on that too. So anyways, this is something every musician should think about: original composition songs. Everyone should work on that line. At least have one song per musician, you know.
Yeah, surely. I think now, with the technology we have got and the software, music creation software we have, we can do that. We create original songs on Source Shala. I don't know whether you know about that or not, but you are one better because you can create original music on your keyboard, which we are not able to do that. So I don't see any reason why we cannot collaborate and support each other and create original music in Fiji and in the Fijian diaspora. Thank you very much, Ajen, and this Ajen Kumar. Thanks for joining. We didn't have opportunity to talk to you. I need to know a bit more of background of Ajen.
Ajen is actually my brother. I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So he's my elder brother.
So I can see he's standing behind the keyboard. Is he also a musician and a keyboardist?
Yes, he's a keyboardist and a guitarist.
Okay, surely we'll. If Ajen wants to say a few words before we depart, you can unmute and join in. Does he want to do that? Ajen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been listening all along. It's been nice to hear such enthusiasm and to do something, revive this. I think this was the first time for me to hear about a lot of the work that you have done, collaborated on at FNU. And yeah, it would be nice to see this progress and to do whatever more we can do on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajen. Next time when you do this, I'll liaise with Ajen, and you can be part of the discussion. And, we can have a number of people, 5, 6, 10, 20 people joining in. It depends on how many people Ajen can put together. And Ajen, I'll communicate with you. And Ajen, do join us. And next, I think we arranged to have a discussion with your mom on the Gurmit folk songs. Thank you very much for joining, Ajen and Ajen. It's a goodbye from me, Satish Rai.